other displays, presentations that went on so welcome to our annual open house and our grade 7 poetry slam. I'll begin by introducing us. Just listen. I'm Michelle Davis and Jackie Porter. She's coming there now. Will be your MCs for the evening. We're both English teachers here at MPI and have the pleasure of teaching some of our poetry slammers this evening. To begin, for those of you who aren't sure what a poetry slam is, it's the art of performance poetry. It's about the words and the connection that the poet makes with what they said through their actions and through their written word. It's an expression behind the performance, which is communicated through their voice and their actions. And you'll see that here tonight, that a lot of them have chosen topics that are very near to them. Some are a little serious, some are a little bit more comical. But you'll see through their actions and the way they perform that it just takes poetry to a more interesting level, I guess. The originality and the passion behind our chosen poetry slammers will not cease to impress you. Tonight we have some original poems written by all our grade 7 students. Their words mean a lot to them, and hopefully their slam will also create an interpretation, some meaning for you. For the past several weeks, our grade 7 students have been working on their poetry unit, where they've been studying poetry, creating poetry, analyzing poetry, and this is just one of the poems they have written. They've all were asked to choose a topic of their choice, something that meant something to them, and one that they wanted to present here tonight. We've chosen representatives from our different homerooms. Unfortunately, we could only select this many, because as I've said in my classes, I wish I could select more if time allowed, because as you will see, the words they've written and the way they perform them are wonderful. They're a joy to watch. So also I'd like to introduce our judges this evening. We have Miss Golding and Miss Flynn, who will be judging. Miss Golding is a teacher here at the school, and Miss Flynn is one of our regular substitutes. After the poems have all been presented, we're going to give them a few minutes to make a very difficult decision of our top 3 winners. There will be first, second, and third place awards given out tonight. The Poetry Slam is always a wonderful experience and a positive experience for our poets, and we want you to sit back, enjoy, hopefully get some insight into what these wonderful children have to say. So, we're going to start with Liam. Liam his poem is called Zippity Zip Lining, and we asked the children to fill out some biographies before we came in here tonight to help us along and move the Poetry Slam along. And very fitting, Liam said that one of his hobbies is hockey, and we actually chose Liam to go first because he has to sneak out after his poem because he has to go play a game. Is it a game or practice? A game. So we'll begin with Liam and Zippity Zip Lining. Come on over.
Headed west for vacation, looking for fun. Let's try ziplining, says Mama. We arrived at the base of this great big hill. So high up, I got a chill. We told the guy there we'd like to go. Hold on tight, you'll fly like a crow. Before you can go, you gotta get ready. Belt straps and helmets all tight and steady. The harness I wore was really quite tight. Just then, I think I lost my appetite. The helmet on my head looked like a bowl. It fell off my head and started to roll. My helmet just kept on rolling. Clip, clop, clop, the wind stopped rolling. We jumped in a van to bring us to the top. Hitting every pothole, we just wouldn't stop. Hooking ourselves onto that tight little string. I said to myself, what was I thinking? But with a jump off the step and yelling out, whoa, I felt the wind in my face and felt nothing below. I managed to open just one of my eyes, but the view from above was quite the surprise. The sun was smiling so very bright. Oh, was it ever a beautiful sight. The grand graceful green trees were very tall. I didn't see any that were very small. We were like birds dancing up in the sky. It was so fun and easy as pie. I can hardly wait to zip line next year, now that I know there's nothing to fear.
podium. Our next presenter is Brooklyn Linehan. Okay, so Brooklyn's poem is called My Brain's Process. And a little bit about Brooklyn. She likes drawing, hanging out with her friends, and spending time with her family. And fill in the blanks. It's never too late to, she said, give something a shot. Okay.
I stare at the pages, white, blue, and red. I can't think of anything. Then it hits me. I slowly crawl out of the abyss I call my home. I start to throw up on the pages violently, like cats chasing dogs. I try to come up with more. I can't, so I stop and stare at the pages for hours, tick-tock. It frustrates me. I try to come up with more. I just can't. I throw the piece of paper into a corner where there is a pile of crumpled up white paper that looks like people lying on each other. The white paper says and looks the same as this one. It frustrates me to the point I stop everything I'm doing and crawl back into the dark abyss I call my home. No.
Up next we have Emily. Emily's poem is entitled Roads, and we asked, one of the questions we asked them was to give a piece of advice maybe to the other speakers, and Emily said to make sure your mom gets to take lots of photos so that when you get older you can look back at this moment. And I'm sure that'll happen here tonight, lots of picture taking. So Emily, when you're ready, Roads.
Roads. Take the east road, drive straight on to tomorrow. Continue, stop for no one. Life is like a road, twists and turns, you can't see what's around the next bend. But around that turn, you might see a bright sunset where all the birds are chirping. Life is like a road. Hitchhikers are gonna want to ride. They're gonna redirect you to where they want you to go. But still, you keep driving till tomorrow. Life is like a road. There's going to be street signs that help direct you, but in the end, you'll go in your direction. Life is like a road. Your car's going to clatter and groan and break down. You'll need gas, but still, you keep driving. Life is like a road. Maybe the lane you're in is longer or shorter, but when your road comes to an end, when there's no tomorrow to drive to, make sure you have no regrets of what roads you took. Life is like a road.
Our next presenter is Josh, and the title of his poem is My Little Panther, which I'm thinking is a cat. Okay, and a little something about Josh. His hobbies include Kempo and creative building, some gaming, and I gotta read his joke.
Oh no.
Awesome, I love it. Why does a golfer, if there's any golfers here, wear 2 pairs of pants? In case he gets a hole in one.
My little panther. My cat is blue as gold. He's free as a flock of birds. His face is glittering with sweetness. He's the king of all. He's the king of all. When he steps, the floor shakes. The color of his fur is more original than my life. He loves the outdoors. He lives with the outdoors. Sometimes I think he is the outdoors. My cat chases cars constantly. My cat is more fluffy than a sheep. My cat is faster than whistling wind. My cat's black and gray fur presents his darkness. My cat is loyal. cat is beautiful. My cat is Panther.
Thank you, Josh. One thing we asked the students as they were creating their poem for their poetry slam is to include some of the elements of poetry. And you can clearly see in Josh's, he has lots of similes and metaphors, for sure. Up next, we have Holly. Holly's poem is entitled One Day. And Holly's piece of advice for the other speakers: to take a deep breath and don't overthink. Holly.
I'm there, arms flashing, throat aching, head pounding, pressure building. My lungs burning for oxygen. I cry out silent screams into the dark waters. No one can hear me. I try to open my eyes. It stings. The current holds on to me like a weight, keeping me from escaping the darkness that clouds over me. Pulling me. I go further down until I'm sure I can no longer take it. I offer one last attempt to break away as I draw near to lose the consciousness. Trying with strength I never knew I had, the darkness shatters around, crashing like broken glass. Leaving shards in its wake. I must be careful. Where I step now defines me. I know I will not come out of this unscathed. No one can live without acquiring me. Look around. Doesn't everyone have bruises and scars? Hiding too deep beneath our skin to be seen at a quick glance. The imperfections that have come from times that have knocked us down. Times that have caused us to rebuild ourselves, to emerge stronger. So I search for the light I can finally see. Reaching, reaching up. The water starts to brighten, becoming clearer, warmer. I am so close to defeat when my face is done sharpening. The surface. Crisp air meets my skin and my greedy lungs go for town, not knowing how long I have until I see my death. Maybe I'll have time to try a while. I just know that one day my feet will land in shallow water. I will find my leadership.
Our next presenter is Gavin. The title of Gavin's poem is I Was Sure I Had a Poem. Just a few things about Gavin. He plays piano, guitar, drums, singing, karate, and drawing. I think that's probably just a couple of things that he does. I just read what he said when he knows it's going to be a bad hair day. It will be a bad hair day. I know it's going to be a bad hair day when you reach for the near instead of the shampoo. That would not be good for me.
Didn't give it, like, just noticing now that I'm dealing with the pups.
I was sure I had a poem. I forgot my poem, even though it probably sucked. Might have been on time travel, but that would take too long. I was told to have a simile. That's harvest rocks. Maybe that was a metaphor. That's a mountain of trouble. Wish I had a poem on crayons or lace chip flavors. They're both colorful. Well, one tastes better than the other. Forcing me to do alliteration is challenging at best. Penning a poem is painful for people of my particular persuasion. about a messy locker partner. He just throws things in there. Looks like a tornado. Onomatopoeia. How was that spelled? I'm not even gonna try. I'll just whack my head against the wall. I almost had a poem. I think I did anyway. I really just can't think today. I have to be in bed. This blank page is staring at me. Unblinking eyes. I think it's personification. I was sure I had a poem. Now my grade is on the line. If only I could find it. Where did it go?
That's all right, that's all right. You got it. Still no poem. You can see some, took from the more funny humor, and others took very serious topics. Don't take those medals. All right, thank you, Gavin. Up next, we have Rainia. And Rainia's piece of advice for the others is take a step back, breathe, the world awaits your words. Rainia, when you're ready.
Peace bomb. Boom. Bombs here, bombs there, bombs falling everywhere. Screams echo within our minds. Tears stream from our eyes like a flood. Our hands clenched in prayer, knowing we can only depend on each other. So pray we do, and pray we will, for peace is never too far away. After all, a storm is always followed by sacred sunshine. Foreign smiles crawl upon our faces as we finally hear the long-awaited sound of the peace trumpet playing. Peace has finally been declared.
Our next presenter is Chloe. Chloe's poem is titled Friendship. So as you can see, a lot of the poems, obviously they have a strong connection to what the writer is writing. It's something important to them, whether it be they can't think of what to write about in a poem, or friendship, or peace, or several of the other things. So they obviously have a very important connection to the writer. So her poem is Friendship, and some of her hobbies include cheerleading, volleyball, with family and with family and friends. And I'm going to read your joke, Chloe. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the beat is silent. I had to read that twice.
Friends, a word with meaning. Without it, life would be boring. Who are you going to go shopping with or to the movies with? Maybe to a restaurant, or how about home? Sitting on the couch, hearing the crunchy of salty salt and vinegar chips, smelling your freshly popped buttery popcorn, and watching Netflix movies. You think, yeah, I'm nice, but I have no friends. You're nice, that's good, but we want to know why you're nice to me, why you want to be friends with me, or you just like me for my looks and knowledge. Don't be friends with someone because they're Cinderella, or because they sing like Selena Gomez. Be their friend because you care about them. You like having them around, or you just like the personality. My type of friend is someone who laughs like a hyena when I fall down a flight of stairs. Or who texts me while they're in my driveway. When I come over, walks in, and acts like it's their second home. Friends, a word with meaning. Without it, life would be boring.
Thank you, Chloe. I think I'm going to use Miss Porter's try to get a giggle out of you and start telling jokes. This is Claire Din. Claire's up next, and her poem is called I'm Sorry. And Claire's joke is, why did the banana go to a doctor? Because he wasn't peeling well. All right, when you're ready.
I'm sorry. Sorry for all I have said and all the words I have not spoken. Sorry for losing my temper and causing others to lose their own. It is such a small thing to say, I'm sorry. It's just two words that can mean everything and nothing at the same time. Two words that have lost their meaning. It is just something to say, I'm sorry. Two words that people throw around carelessly, always asking for something more than the same two words, I'm sorry. Forgiveness is such a hard thing. To earn, to give, or to ask for. To forgive is to forget, and to forget is to move on. Moving on is a change, and change is a is forgiveness. It is hard to forgive someone when you are mad. Anger is a poison that runs through one's veins, only hurting yourself. A grudge is so much easier to keep than to move on. I'm sorry. Fury and guilt simmer beneath the surface, threatening to boil over, like a pot of steeping water being stifled by a cover. Forgive, forget, commonplace forward. Forgiveness is the best form of love. It is never easy, but then again, love never is. I'm sorry for all I have said and all the words that I refuse to speak. For and the whole entirety of what I will do. I'm sorry for yelling for every single person I have hurt, for withholding my forgiveness, and finally for always saying the same two words, I'm sorry.
Our next presenter is Maggie, and one piece of advice she has for the other speakers is to engage with the audience and use expression. And her joke is, I read this to you earlier. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Tentacles. Mr. Scott will love that.
Brother Bear. There's a strange boy who lives in my house. My parents always try to convince me that he's normal, but I disagree, because he's my brother. We roar like lions across the house about something very stupid. I hear his game buzzing through the night, the whole night. I taste the warmth from the cookie I stole off his plate. A second later, I can hear him yell my name like a crazed chimpanzee. He's a sly fox when it comes to stealing my phone, and then runs away faster than a speeding bullet. I hear his anger surging through the air as he realizes that I spent his phone photos. He is my big brother Bear, and even though he is incredibly annoying, I will always love him because he's my brother.
Thank you, Maggie. Next we have Evan, and Evan's poem is entitled Teamwork. And Evan's advice to the other speakers is to be confident, don't back down, and some of his hobbies include hockey and baseball. And you'll see the inspiration for his poem when he speaks. Evan?
slow as sloths, pitchers throw as fast as hyenas. Batters boom with big face masks. The runners run like cheetahs. Feel the impact every day and over. Hear the bat and ball connect. See the player sprint like Sonic. The sun guides the player to the ball. The catcher calls the curveball. The pitch comes in on the plate. Strike three, he's out of there. The game is over. Taste the victory pizza. Smell the sweat of the hard-working kids. Touch the bright metal of the sun.
Our next presenter is Tony, aka TJ, as I call him. His poems are entitled Dogs, and some of his hobbies are, I like your hobbies, eating, sleeping, the like. And I'm going to read your joke anyway. A horse walks into a bar. Everyone leaves, you know, because it's a horse.
My whole life, I've been wishing for a furry companion at my side, one to join me at my stride. Somewhere around here, probably. One. There. But alas, my parents both said, nay, you shan't have a loyal pooch who follows you around and steals your food. But in the year 2015, I finally achieved my furry dream with a husky named Kai, who appeared on the eve, and in the end, he didn't leave. I finally had my own dog, and he was quite the pooch. He did the tricks, he didn't lick, and he always kind of knew when to go poo. Yeah. In the summer of 2016, destiny struck again, and we had a new dog on the run, running around and having fun, playing in the sun. And now it is the year 2017, and my two pooches are all I don't need. Living in my house and eating all the beans. But that doesn't matter to me, because I don't eat the beans, alas, because beans are very green and also pretty mean.
Thank you, TJ. Next we have Jillian. Jillian's poem is entitled My Excited Little Puppy, Lily. So another puppy story. Her piece of advice is, even though you may be nervous, put your best foot forward and do your best. Good advice. Jillian, you're ready.
My excited little puppy Lily. Lily, she can brighten your day, she gives you company, and she gives you comfort. She is so joyful and welcoming, well-behaved, loving, kind, are just a few words to explain how great she is. Lily, what I look forward to seeing every day, who always makes me feel so happy. Her cute face brightens up the room, and her barking makes you feel so cheerful. Sweet, soft Lily snoring while she sleeps. It's so cute. Lily makes me laugh, especially when she does her tricks. Lily's light gray fur is like a fluffy sheet, and her big brown eyes are so comforting. Lily, even though she can't talk, her barks have meaning and tell you different things. I love when she gets excited and runs to get her green squeaky frog. Lily is so energetic, she even gives me energy just watching her run around endlessly in our yard. A kite dancing in the wind is the equivalent to Lily running, very fast. Lily means the world to me. I love Lily.
And I like the jokes. Can vegetarians eat animal crackers? Can they?
No.
Come on, Colin.
Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Paintballs filling the air, like a rainbow, rainbow, falling upon me and nothing. Be a journal rush. The scream of the heart. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Your breath fills the mask like a fog. Being hit is like a wasp being shot at. Or a jump. Thump. The landing cover. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. I love paintball.
Okay, next we have Lauren. Lauren's poem is One Step. And Lauren's joke is, why did the jaguar eat the tightrope walker? Because he wanted to have a well-balanced meal. Lauren, when you're ready, One Step.
One step. Noises shriek from music to her ears. She watched the light turn red. Her heavy hood flies off her head as the wild winds whistle in her ears. She takes a step, the rain ragingly pulling her body in all different directions as her sight becomes clouded. She takes a step. The radio vibrates the concrete as the car horn honks loudly. She takes a step. Rain blinding her sight, while the car headlights glare into her eyes like the beautiful sun. Her body was hurled over the car roof. She felt weak as her body ached in pain. The sirens shrilled as her body lost feeling. Her brain shutting down, but still replaying the one thought, just one more step.
Last but certainly not least presenter is Morgan. Morgan's poem is Nightless Bird. And when it came to filling in the blanks, Morgan said it's really a waste of time trying to be someone you're not, which is, I think, really true. And I gotta read this one because it really rings true for me. I know it's gonna be a bad hair day when my straightener doesn't turn on. Morgan.
I'm a flightless bird, driven by my neuropsychotic mindset and broken heart. Weak, a word not only portraying how we perform under physical demand, but how we react emotionally. You walk in front of your mirror. What do you see? A face, a smile. Is this all to me? You're hit in the face with reality. Smiles don't mean we're happy. You smile bigger now as your demons grow and confront you more than they ever did. The monsters once crammed into your head now form a mental block. These blocks that destroy all evidence you've ever truly lived. Now, close your eyes. What do you see? A bottomless pit of black. There's no turning back. Open your eyes. There's no difference. You turn your head. It's coming for you. As you run farther and farther, your heartbeat struggles to make ends meet with your body. Your breath has fled from you, but as you continue to breathe, you realize you can't. You've given up. Unfortunately, you're flightless. There's no escape from the prison that is your mind. Fragile like a teacup, free like a bird, have I found you a lost you, flightless bird.
All right, thank you, Morgan. all of these wonderful poets. Another round of applause. Yes, just please look around. And as I said, you can only